welcome to the Pink Moon Tarot. I'm Nikki, the Pink Moon Tarotist, and I'm here to do a walkthrough of a very different type of tarot deck. Now, this one I actually did pre-order because it intrigued me immediately, and I just got it today. And it is this one, the Dungeons and Dragons Tarot Deck. Now, as you can see, the box is extremely beautiful. Just the decor on it, it has a really lovely feel to it. It opens like a book, which I do like that as well. It's very, very nice. It has a book inside of it with the usual, you know, tarot deck information in the beginning. But then it's also got D&D encounters in here. And it's got like the adventure spread. And then you've got into the deck itself, all color images. So that's the Major Arcana, which follows the traditional tarot deck, the Major Arcana. But then when you get to the Minor Arcana, rather than having pentacles and swords and what have you, it's slightly different. It has strength, and then intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. So slightly different. I don't know if this is a deck I could actually use on the channel. We'll have to see about that. But I bought this deck basically because my children both love D&D, and my daughter also shares my love of tarot. And, you know, we're just always looking for connections and ways to do things. And what I've got to say, I've just got these cards out and they feel amazing. I don't know if you can hear that. They're like a textured, and they're not like normal card. They feel almost material. So the quality of these cards is lovely. They're really supple. They're a nice size. They're a nice standard tarot size deck. They're very slippery, so there's no stickiness. They're not shiny. They're kind of a matte finish, but this texture on them makes them even more matte, if that makes sense. So anyway, this is the back of the cards, and I will get into showing you the cards themselves. So I'm not going to hold the whole deck up because otherwise I'll end up dropping them, knowing me. But I will show you very quickly. So I'm going to run through the Major Arcana. We have the Fool, the Magician, and I'm guessing that all D&D people out there are going to absolutely love these cards. Empress. They are very much in keeping with the characters that you would find in D&D. Hierophant. That's an interesting take on the lovers. The Chariot. Oof. Strength. Again, a very interesting interpretation. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune is on a dragon's back there. Wow. Justice. I mean, I've got to say the artwork is stunning, but I can't get over how these cards feel. I wish you could feel them. They're so nice to hold. They're so tactile. Death. Temperance. The Devil. The Tower. Oh, that's beautiful. Star. So is that one. Moon. I love this artwork. Wow, that is a completely different sun to the sun you normally see. I mean, that's obviously like a setting sun rather than the full glorious sun you normally have. Judgment. Interesting. And the World. Wow. very different indeed. So I'm going to check in the book. So my first ace is, because I've got a head like a sieve and I can never remember. Okay, so we're starting with the suit that is not that one. This is not the suit of strengths, I don't think. Oh, no, wait a minute. Yes, it is. Right, so the first suit that we have is strength in the minor arcanas. I'm just going to pop the book there. So I'm not going to go through each of the numbers. They start with ace, they end with king. So there's ace. So this is the suit of strength. Take from that what you will. This is obviously a D&D reference rather than a tarot reference, although it could be argued that this would be the pentacles. Pentacles to me is the strength, as it's the earth energy and the earth obviously. So that's the page. Earth obviously represents strength. Knight. Oh, she's lovely. Queen. And the king. And these do have a rather earthy feel, especially with that king there. Although look at that, there's a sword at the root of the tree. These are so interesting. I suspect these would be quite fun to work with. Now the next suit is intelligence. Okay, now this to me would be swords. So starting with the ace. Swords, obviously air energy, represent intelligence, wisdom, knowledge, all of that. And as I say, to me, strength would be pentacles, because the earth energy is where the strength comes up. And actually, I can see quite a correlation in some of these with a traditional tarot deck in some instances. Not all. But I'm definitely getting sword energy vibes from this. So then we have the page. That's beautiful. The knight. Oof. Oof. Yes, definitely sword energy. Queen. Oh, yeah. Wowzers. And the king. Ooh, I love the next one. What is the next one? The next one is wisdom. Now, see, that to me would be sword energy too. So now I'm really confused. Okay, maybe they're just not comparable to regular tarot. I would have to dig deeper into that. They're obviously comparable to things in D&D, which I do not understand because I don't know how to play D&D. But my children do. And hopefully... Now I would say this is cup energy. So wisdom is cup energy. To me, this is giving me cup vibes, water energy. Even though there's a lot of fire. But that 3, to me, that was the 3 of Cups image. But they're very fiery looking cards as a whole, because obviously Dungeons and Dragons has quite dark imagery because it's, you know, medieval and mythical and all the rest of it. There's the 10. And then we have the page. Oh, maybe it's wands then. Looking at the page there. Maybe it is one. I don't know. I'm not even going to try and compare. You know what? I'm just not. I think they would just have to be taken on face value. What they don't do with these cards, they give you, there's the king. They give you the name of the card, but they don't tell you which suit it is on the card. So that's why I'm having to look in the book. And the final suit was charisma. Okay, and that, to me, charisma would be wand energy because, you know, I always say that the king and queen of wands are those people that you always want to be around at a party. 2, 3. If you have this deck or if you play Dungeons and Dragons, maybe you could tell me if you agree. But I do get more wand energy from charisma. I mean, there's swords, wands, cups, all sorts in all of them. So maybe I'm wrong. But there's the 9. See, and then you have a tree growing here, which would be a pentacle energy. The 10. There's the page. That's gorgeous. And there is the knight. There is the queen. And finally, the king. Yeah, see, they're just, oh, these are stunning, stunning. But I don't think I'll be using them on the channel. They do shuffle easily. Do they rifle shuffle? That's the question. That's my ultimate test, isn't it? Wow, they are very slippery. They are a very odd material because they are card, but they feel material. And I don't know how to describe that other than the fact that they're textured. So can I rifle? Yay! I can indeed. Wow. I really like the feel of these cards. Really like the feel of these cards. And I've got the 3 of something and the Hierophant. Okay, let's have a look and see what the meanings of the cards are. That might help us. So the 3 is... Which 3 is it? That's the question. I knew I shouldn't have shuffled. Oh dear, now I can't find the card. Here we go. 3 of intelligence, finding a way to heal and learn from anxiety and emotional pain. A weeping dryad asks you to save her forest from destruction at hands of orcs. Wow. Definitely more for D&D than it is for tarot. But you could use them. You could. So what does the Hierophant in this mean? Does this mean the same as the Hierophant would ordinarily? It does. Using spiritual understanding and wisdom to perceive the world. And then the Dungeons and Dragons thing of it is you find a holy book written by a wise sage that contains a cryptic secret hidden within. Wow. I have no idea what that means, guys. But I'm sure my children will. This deck is incredible, though. And I would imagine D&D people out there, you're going to love this. It's beautiful. It's really tactile. It has this book with it that, like I say, gives the meaning. So, for example, the 7 of Charisma. The power of allowing your plans to develop and unfold without urgency or restlessness. That's the tarot aspect. Then it has the little Dungeons and Dragons symbol there. And it says, the town mayor is rumored to be possessed by an evil spirit. The mayor is secretly preparing to sacrifice the entire town. Wow. you know, it's obviously going to mean more to D&D fans than tarot fans. But what an amazing concept to have this crossover. I love it. I love it. No clue how to use it, but I love it. And I think I'm going to have a lot of fun playing with it and bugging my children to teach me about Dungeons and Dragons. What do you think the chances are, guys? Do you think my kids are going to be able to teach me D&D, or do you think I'm just going to be remaining ignorant forever? Drop me a comment in the comment box below. But until next time, I have been very confused, Nikki, and this has been Pink Moon Tarot. Please do remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Namaste.